to fill up your grace's request in my stead. I beseech you, let his lack of years be no impediment to let him lack a reverent estimation. For I never knew so young a body with so old a head. I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation. You hear the learned Bellario what he writes, and here, I take it, is the doctor come. Give me your hand. Came you from old Bellario?
I did.
You're welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that caused the present question in the court?
I am informed truly of the cause, which is the merchant here and which the Jew.
Antonio and Shylock both stand forth.
Is your name Shylock?
Shylock is my name.
Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. You stand within her danger, do you not?
Aye, so she says.
Do you confess the bond?
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful.
On what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives, and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throned monarch better than his crown. His sceptre shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptred sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute of God himself, and earthly power doth then show like as God's when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which if thou follows, this strict course of Venice needs must give sentence against the merchant fair.
My deeds upon my head. I crave the law, the penalty and forfeit of my bond.
Is he not able to discharge the money?
Yes, here I tender it for him in the court. Yea, twice the sum, if that will not suffice. But I will be bound to pay it 10 times o'er, on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. Look, if this will not suffice, it must appear that malice bears down truth. And I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority. To do a great right, do a little wrong. And curb this cruel divil of her will.
It must not be. There is no power in Venice can alter a decree established. 'Twill be recorded for a precedent, and many an error by the same example will rush into the state. It cannot be.
A Daniel come to judgment. Yea, a Daniel. Oh, wise young judge, how do I honour thee?
I pray you, let me look upon the bond.
Here it is, most reverend doctor. Here,
Shylock,
it is
there's thrice thy money offered thee.
an oath. I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
Why then this bond is forfeit, And lawfully by this the Jew may claim a pound of that same merchant's flesh to be by her cut off nearest the merchant's heart. Be merciful. Take thrice thy money. Bid me tear the bond.
When it is paid, according to the tenure. It doth appear you are a worthy judge. You know the law, your exposition hath been most right. I charge you, by the law, whereof you are a well-deserving pillar, proceed to judgment. By my soul, I swear, there is no power in the tongue of man to alter me. I stay here on my bond.
Most heartily I do beseech the court to give the judgment.
Therefore, lay bare your bosom. Prepare your bosom for her knife.
Noble judge. Oh, excellent young man.
The intent?
But for the intent and purpose of the law hath full relation to the penalty which here appeareth due upon the bond.
It is very true. Wise and upright judge. How much more elder art thou than thy looks?
Why then thus it is.
Therefore lay bare.
Therefore lay bare your bosom.
Aye, his breast. So says the bond, doth it not, noble judge? Nearest his heart, those are the very words.
It is so. Are there balance here to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
Have by some surgeon, Shylock, on thy charge, to stop his wounds, lest he should bleed to death?
It is not nominated in bond.
It is not so expressed, but what is that? For good you do so much for charity.
I cannot find it. 'Tis not in the bond.
The merchant?
Ah, merchant, have you anything to say?
But little. I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassiano. Fare you well. Grieve not that I have fallen to this for you, for herein fortune shows herself more kind than is her custom. It is still her use to let the wretched man outlive his wealth, and to view with hollow eye and wrinkled brow an age of poverty, from which lingering penance of such misery doth she cut me off. Commend me to your honourable wife. Tell her the process of Antonio's end. Say how I loved you. Speak me fair in death, and when the tale is told, bid her be judge whether Bassiano had not once a love. Repent, not you that you shall lose a friend, and he repents not that he pays your debt. For if the Jew do cut but deep enough, I'll pay it instantly, with all my heart.
Antonio, that I am married to a wife, which is as dear to me as life itself. But life itself, my wife and all the world are not with me esteemed above thy life. I would lose all. I sacrifice them all, here, to this devil, to deliver you.
Your wife would give you little thanks for that if she were mine.
I have a wife whom I protest I love. I would she were in heaven, so she could entreat some power to change this. Curlish Jew!
'Tis well you offer it behind her back. The wish would make else an unquiet house.
These be the Christian would any of the stock of Barabbas have been her husband rather than a Christian? We trifle time. I pray thee pursue sentence.
Line.
Pound of that same
A
merchant's
pound of that same merchant's flesh is thine. The court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most rightful judge.
And you must cut this flesh from off his breast. The law allows it, and the court awards it.
Most learned judge. The sentence.
Tarry a little. Tarry.
Prepare.
Tarry a little. Tarry a little. There is something else. This bond doth give thee here no jot of blood. Then take thy bond.
The words expressly
The
are.
words expressly are a pound of flesh. Then take thy bond. Take thou thy pound of flesh, but in the cutting of it, if thou dost shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are by the laws of Venice confiscate unto the state of Venice.
Oh, upright judge, mark Jew, a learned judge.
Is that the law?
Line.
Thyself shalt see.
Thyself shalt see thee cat, for as thou urgest justice, be assured thou shalt have justice more than thou desirest.
A learned judge, mark Jew, a learned judge.